Spirit, speak. Speak through me now to the world. My name is Nicole Elise Owen. I'm otherwise known as Neo, the one prophesized. It's a long story, but it's a story of human reality, a story of all human reality. Realize all human reality is only a perceived reality, perceived within the limitations of your brain's cognitive patterns, mixed with your vision senses, your hearing senses, and all your other sensory operation systems. These are the systems that science has yet to understand, because it keeps dissecting it till it's dead. In each and every one of us, there is a living electroplasmic soul, hydroelectric. I am not a scientist in your human perception of qualifications. However, as a being of light, please understand, you are but under a microscope in size, in terms of intelligence for grasping. You have limits, and we wish to help you only. For there is only greater things beyond your universe, far greater things. If you only imagine fears and darkness, that is all you will see. When you begin to realize the spiritual being within you, you will recall the mission, the primary mission of which you were born. Each and every one of you. There is no exclusion. What has a beating heart that breathes life contains a being of the great well, the spiritual plasma of life must breathe within the body to grow. It is our duty within our human flesh to seek not immortality, rather arise through morality by rising ourselves up. The T, the crucifix of our gravitated being, our flesh returns. We rise above because what's left is the morale. If all we do is destroy morality, then who are we when we die? There is nothing left to rise. Each soul must recognize itself. You are the ghost. You are the ghost in the flesh. That is the primary mission. You lost your way when you were living in your spectral being, your soul. That, my friend, is where everyone was truly alive and arisen. You were speaking and communicating with the creation of Trinity, the power that is greater than you, the power that is the 1, 2, 3, always comes first. You must go forth to multiply the soul. When you put the primary mission, the Trinity, back in the right place, the soul can grow forth. The Trinity inside of you must be reconnected. It is the arc of the mind, the portal in which God communicates to the soul in the flesh. You are a DNA transmitted signal. Everything you have ever said, everything you have ever done is known. This is natural law, whether you realize it or accept it or not. Ghosts that are still here upon this earth, the phantasms you see and all the names that you give to them, are no different than the ghosts in the flesh. There are good. There are those that are bitter and do bad. Those that hate the living because they see you. They are always around you, trapped here because they had the chance that you have now, and they ruined it. And they have to live with that. That is their chosen hell. But don't dread, because you see, even they, those trapped here, have always had the offer of redemption. But they refuse it. That is their choice. But they are real. We have never been alone in the human three-dimensional perception. You must expand. The arc vision begins with the 3 eyes. The third eye, within the mind, does not see with light. It has greater powers of vision beyond what humans perceive as mere orbital vision. The orbital vision of the eyes is always limiting. The vision of the third eye, the arc eye of the mind, where all meet and communicate through the prism directly to the realm through the Holy Spirit of God. God's eye is always upon us. Every star in the sky is a source of light and heat. The light is full of data. This data is what floats upon the signal in waves through space. Every ounce, whatever measure of light you wish to use, travels in spinning waves a stream of billions of individual photons spinning in the same direction. Data. Data that it knows exactly where it's going. And that is why some goes here and some bends around matter. It's going elsewhere. All light is data seeking its place. God is the source of the data. Do not seek God in human terms. That's always been the problem for humanity. The beauty of it is, once you realize God is on your side, and you let that happen and sink into you, you'll stop being angry, because it's a miracle we are all still here. You must prove yourself to God. No one else on earth can do it for you. But no, once you turn on that eye back to your innocence, you will be humbled with a love, a merciful love, like you've never known. And you'll truly be free in your soul, because you'll realize your life, no matter who you are, is being seen right now. Your thoughts, your feelings are being witnessed right now in this room that you stand in. This place where you are at the moment. You see, everyone is like a noun. You are a person, a place, and a thing. Not all places are persons, nor are all things persons. The soul is the child of God. What travels with it is the purr. Whatever you put into it, that is what you will receive. Not because God gave it to you or is punishing you. You are always being given a chance to rise above everything you've ever done before, and realize there is no power or success of achievement in becoming immortal. That is a lie. If you do that, you are left being immoral. And what is immoral remains. It cannot go forward to heaven. You must prove yourself worthy. And if you don't, you'll keep being reborn here until you do. You're always given another chance. Whether it takes hundreds of years, or hundreds of days, or thousands of years. All wells of the soul connect. all drops from those wells connect. It is one ocean of being. And when all the light is gone, life dies. Pay heed, humanity. It is now, at this time, today, more important than ever in history for humans to ignore temporarily, if only for a while, whatever you choose, but what is going on by God's hand still happens, and it is going to continue. Not in cruelty. This is the cleansing. All good souls will rise. That is the beauty as promised. All whose souls have chosen above all pain and sacrifice to live in the morality of the primary mission. Regain communications with God inside you. You were given the instructions in your holy texts of the commandments. They are instructions for you, whether you follow them or not is your choice, but you create your own punishment in doing so, not by God's hand. No one punishes you but yourself when it comes to morality. If you want to live on, stay living live in your moral soul, for that is the only part of you that pops out of your body when it's time, when your body can no longer stay or hold you, or for whatever reason. We all have our specific challenges, unique to our own making and our own part in the human condition. We were all raised in systems that we see the hypocrisies in. When we are raised viewing immoral behavior and surrounded by it, the mind of a child believes that is the right way, and that is the lie. We have to learn to honor our parents by rising above their own immoral soul mistakes. They must earn their way. And to honor our parents for their mistakes is to show them that we can do better. For when they pass, our parents realize they suffer for the mistakes they did not heal from. We all suffer from our own decisions. That's our choice. But we must admit it and face it with our soul. And once you live without having to hide any secrets or lies from anyone, I only share with God Do you? Do you share with God every day? Because God's watching. You think they're not, but they're all around you. Angels, larger, more powerful, are always trying to keep up with the mess human stuff has made it for this world. I'm losing my speech now because just thinking about it is why I'm so grateful and that God is so merciful to us, that we are still here. When you look at us and the fact that the primary evils we were born with, if we don't overcome them, we will have lost the primary mission altogether. You have to overcome them yourself, because when the angel comes to greet you at your death, if you run away, you're stuck here. Don't be afraid. Realize and face your mistakes. Own them up. Before you die, and it will have an amazing effect on your afterlife. Start living for that afterlife, because this life is shorter than you realize. And when you do realize it, when it sinks in your life, at how short it really is, you start living more morally, because you realize the afterlife was where the real show begins. You are getting ready to be born, and you will end up where you prove yourself worthy of. You cannot complain about God and blame God for what you allow for yourself and for what others choose. We are all here for the same problems. We must face them, and the only way to overcome them is to starve them of our effort, our energy, our thoughts. See them for what they are.